Okay, so this is my coming out story. I came out to my parents when I was 14 years old, and it happened like this. Like, my little brother was walking around the house acting like he was gay just to be funny. And my dad looked at him and said, "Wow, you're a faggot." And I was like, "Whoa, what if he was really gay?" And he took offense to that. And my dad said, "If he was really gay, then he wouldn't be living here." And I was like, "Well, what if I were gay?" And he said, "Then you'd get kicked out." And I was like, "Well, then I better start packing my things." And he said, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "What do you think I mean?" And he was like, "Are you trying to tell me that you're gay?" And I was like, "It's kind of obvious. That's what I'm saying." And he goes, "Well, if you're being serious, then go get your stuff and get out of my house." And I was like, "Okay." So I went upstairs and I started packing. And my mom asked what was going on, and he told her, and she freaked out. But I ended up staying with my grandma for a little while on my choice. Like, I didn't want to be at my house anymore. And then he ended up being really mad at himself for what he did because he didn't mean anything he said. He was just shocked. And I ended up moving back in. But he still continued to say things like he used to continue, like he continued to call me a faggot and tell me that I was going to hell and that I was a sinner. And I was like, well, if that's what happens, then that's on me, you know. It's none of your business. Like, if you're gonna be negative, then I don't need to hear what you're gonna say. Like, I don't have to hear what you're gonna have to say to me. And so eventually, he realized what he was doing was hurting me, and he actually got interested in all this stuff. And he asks about who I'm with, and if I'm happy with them, and if they're treating me right, because he doesn't think what I'm doing is wrong. And that one caught me by surprise. But things eventually calmed down and went back to the way they used to be. And my parents, for the most part, are totally alright with it. So, yeah, that's my coming out story.